goosebumps over here. Who hurt you, George? Okay, that just devastated me. That was, ooh. Hello. Hi, guys. Welcome. I'm on stream. It is Monday. We made it through the weekend. It was too fast, in my opinion. I don't know. The days are just flying by. Like January was the longest month, and then February and March I've blinked and we're, what? I have so much to do. I have so much music to listen to. But today we are listening to the new Twin Shadow album. And I have mentioned this last week. This is going to be probably some music discovery for some folks. There wasn't really like a big album that came out on Friday. So I was kind of a little bit like, you know what? I'm gonna bring an artist that I've loved for a really long time and uplift their album, because I have been impatiently waiting for this. I've been a huge Twin Shadow fan since 2009 when he released his first album. This, I believe, is his 6th album, so he has been in my life for many a time. And some people might know him for some of his bigger hits that he had back in the day. His real name is George, much like his father. He's a junior. This album, Georgie, is dedicated to him, and I have a little bit of background on that, which, grab your tissues. I almost started crying when I read it. I think this is going to be a heartbreaking album. I think we're due for some tears, and I think we're due for some really raw emotions coming from this album. So Twin Shadow, very much known for his big 80s synth pop soundscape. He's got a very popish voice, which is always buttery. And apparently this one is very stripped down. So I'm gonna read what he wrote on Instagram when he was announcing this album. He said, "I'm releasing a new album called Georgie. I've ditched traditional labels, agents, management, and drums," which is huge in his music, "for this record. Georgie is my most stripped down body of work yet. At this point in my life and career, nothing matters more than my deepest, darkest, and brightest feelings." The album art features my father George's signature. I had him scrawl it 100 times in a notebook, and I ended up choosing the very first one. At the time, I had no idea my father would pass away. Just a few months later. I know, I told you guys, grab your tissues. I warned you. Aside from the large drawing we once did together, which now hangs in my mother's dining room wall, this is my favorite collaboration with him. This album is dedicated to his memory, which is, am I emotionally okay? Am I emotionally ready for this? Not positive, but you know what? We love a sad album. Ashley can attest. We love being devastated in the best ways possible. So don't expect this big Twin Shadow album with all the big sounds. I imagine, from what I've heard from the singles, this to be very raw, very stripped back. And sometimes that's the music that really speaks to people's souls. And I think if this is going to be emotionally intense as I think it is, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be another one of those like Mac Miller albums where I have to sit with it for a second and then give it a true rating, because sometimes I just get instantly like overcome and I need a moment to process my thoughts. So we'll see how this album goes. It is short, guys, 35 minutes. So let's jump into Georgie. So excited. The first song is called Totally Blue. I have lyrics for some of the songs. Some of them we're just gonna have to guess, or they're instrumental. I'm not quite sure. We'll find out.
I'll take you where you're coming from and hold you till the thrill is gone. And if you want, I'll go along. You take it from here. Inside of you, then I'm totally open. If my heart is an ocean, it's totally blue. All that for you.
Oh What was that instrument at the end there? Was that a clarinet? Oh my gosh, what an opening that was. And something I wanted to mention too is sometimes it is fun to do more indie album reviews because I feel like there's a lot more meat sometimes behind it. And that opening was kind of took my breath away. I don't know, when his vocals came on, it was like, yep, I'm here. I'm listening. Whoo! I already love this. You know, I am really already so impressed with his writing on this album. He's always been a pop writer. You know, there's depth, but this is really interesting and it's giving I'm going to talk about Dijon in every fucking album review I do and playlist review I do, aren't I? It gives off a little Dijon vibes with his, you know, slow pitch, almost like hazy, elongated kind of verbiage. Ooh, it tickles something precious in my ear and I'm so excited. This is already so good. So moving on, the second song, which I believe was a single, is called Good Times. I'm excited to hear it kind of in a new lens within the album. I love that. When I love a single, sometimes I feel like I don't know the whole project yet, so I can't really decipher if I like it sometimes. I don't know, very, very weird processing up in my brain, but I do love when I get to hear singles in the albums themselves.
I cried for help, but no one came. Nothing new, you're the same. Now you just show up suddenly, and you're more stressed than I've ever seen. Instead of giving me a heart attack, maybe next time you would have my back. How is it that when you come around, it's only the good times? So there's this dream I have sometimes, where you're a ghost and I'm alive. All you ever do is bring me down. Maybe something you could figure out, but how come when I'm thinking of you now?
I think we need to send that all to the friends we know who do exactly that. Show up when everything is good. You know, only when everything is good. I think we've all had friendships like that. And you know what? I, in my 30s, have done a really good job of culling that behavior because I have a lot of depression and anxiety. So if you don't want to handle this, you can leave. You can leave at this point. I love that this man calls this stripped down. And I will say, stripped down for Twin Shadow. Okay, I get it. Because again, I've said he uses a lot of big 80s drums, 80s beats. Very big. But for him to call this stripped down is so funny because melodically it is still so stunning and beautiful. It's not like it's just a guitar and him. It's still sonically so interesting. And that's why I've always loved Twin Shadow. He really plays around like to the top, goes in beat for like 90% of it. And then there's this weird moment at the end where he moves his like vocals off beat. It is mind-blowingly good. Like I can't even describe to you, my jaw was probably on the floor when I first heard that song. And that's what he does well, are these little shifts that you just have to pick up on. So melodically, this is hitting so hard right now. I'm in it to win it. His third song off this album, As Soon As You Can. Let's dive.
I must have said something that I didn't mean. I talk in my sleep now and tell you my dreams. As soon as you let me, as soon as you like, I'll soon be a memory. As soon as you're fine, standing in a Publix parking lot, 110 degrees, getting back from Brent's Lake, pulling gravel from my knees. If you wanna carve a path, I could get it done. Neither of us telling anyone. you tenderly as soon as you found out.
I mean, holy goosebumps over here. And guys, you guys are totally right in chat, giving Bon Iver vibes. The second Ash said that, I was like, oh, that's what it reminds me of. His song Woods off that Blood Bank EP that was used in a Skins episode, Skins UK. That is permanently in my brain as a moment I was like, that is where music can make a moment in TV so insane. That's what that song reminded me of. Definitely with his like vocal effects on it. Very, it feels so good sonically. Who hurt you, George? Do we need to find you a better system, a better group, a better family? I don't know what's going on, but damn, these are devastating lyrics. Funny games, keep on keeping on with this album. It's very short, 35 minutes, so we're just gonna keep kind of listening and thinking and pondering and grooving and all the fun things.
When the fear lasts all night and the rumors start to lie, if you have to be loved like that, love gentle. If you have to be loved that bad, love gently. He don't need your, you don't need your funny games. You try to make it through one song and it's just silent all the way home.
Okay, that just devastated me. That is a beautiful line. You try to make it through one song and it's just silent all the way home. Has anyone else had that where they're just like, I don't know, done or just not paying attention and there's no music playing and nothing is going on and you're just like, oh, yeah, I think it's a universal feeling, but wow, that line really, that just took me by surprise.
You go running through the dirty and the streets, and when he holds you, you can't decipher what that means. He can't play joy, you don't need your funny games.
Damn. I love doing these kinds of albums. I really do. I think there's such beauty in some of these indie projects because, you know, when you've been around for as long as Twin Shadow has been around, I believe this is his 6th album, you know, you probably don't get the press like you used to. I looked for reviews of this album and there's really no one talking about it. There's no discussion happening online. So I think we need to do the service sometimes of uplifting those albums that deserve to be talked about. You know, like this is a very personal project. You can tell it's in every note, every word. And I think it's really fun to be able to talk about albums that are this personal to an artist, and it's a really cool time to do it with you guys. So thanks for hanging out. I believe this is an instrumental song. It's only like a minute and a half, so let's be lulled away, you know?
When our love goes wild again, it's ruining everything I've been. When our love goes wild again, it's ruining everything I've been. And your way become right in my life. I'll give it Tell me that I lost you now. Call me when you figure out why I can't be around. You already know. You already know. you won't let it go. You won't let it go.
Okay, sonically, this is absolutely brilliant, right? Like, this is so interesting. How he can take, you know, that breakdown of all those instruments into like minor sounding chords, but he makes that pretty. Like, what? And also on top of it, there's almost like this feeling where the music is driving everything and his vocals almost are like this jazzy, like slam poetry. Like it almost feels like it's catching up with the rhythm sometimes. And that just like juxtaposition of the pretty melody and this like yearning, catching, I don't know. There's something driving the boat on this album, and it's absolutely sonically pleasing to the ears. I really love this. This is very much an album for very specific moods, and you know, might not necessarily be one I return to all the time, but I'm really, really loving how interesting it sounds.
Maybe I'm lost in a forest. Maybe I'm lost on this LSD. Now you are the color of courage, the one that I call an emergency. Maybe this time my heart's too hard to find. I got home from the races, there was nothing left inside. It'd be alright, maybe it's time. You know,
Perfect for my rodeo shirt today. A little yeehaw in Twin Shadow today.
you know how to drive me to madness. Harmonies fall when you call out my name. Light up the night as you pull down the rain. I'll be the one to collect all the pain. Maybe this time, maybe it's time. You know who loves you know who's looking you down and who's loving you now. Even when my heart's stuck, even when I'm passing out, I don't wanna fall asleep with me now.
Ooh, that was nice. Just a nice little chill song with a little bit of a yeehaw bop. But again, like taking the sounds he is and making them these very like, I don't know, light, airy, soundscapey kind of vibes is so interesting to me. It's my favorite kind of music, is ones where I'm just like at a loss to explain as to why I like it. It just fits in my brain so nicely. And I think that's why I've always loved Twin Shadow, is something about his production, especially just chef's kiss. Perfect. And you know, he's had a few dud albums in the past few years. A few of them have just not been my favorite. To hear this is almost refreshing of like, oh no, man, still got it. You know, sometimes you have to put out a shitty album. It's okay. We all know one artist who has one shitty album. It just happens. But I will say this is already one that I am absolutely revisiting when I'm in this very hazy mood. You know, it's a mood album. I love those kinds of albums.
I put my gun down. You put yours down too. I was your lover, born undercover. We got so smothered. Being so close seemed to destroy us too. I'm looking at you like a movie scene, but I let it all get the best of me.
my God. I want to see that song in like their mixing board. Like I want to see the wave lengths and all the things added in. That was easily one of my favorite songs I've heard in 2025. There was something about the constant shifting of either the chorus or the verse or the radio chatter to nothing and then the build up into the chorus. That was, that was a song I'm going to immediately listen to again. I really, really like that. Probably my favorite song on the album thus far. And I really like a lot of it. So that's saying something, right? I mean, but we only have like 3 songs left. We are powering through this album. I'm really, really enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. I hope you're discovering Twin Shadow for the first time, because when you go back and listen to older Twin Shadow, you might be in for a little surprise. There's a lot more drums. There's a lot more big pop sound. And this one is very stripped back. And I say that in quotes because stripped back for Twin Shadow, my stripped back is different from their stripped back. So, but really loving the production on this album too. I think he did it all as well. And guys, don't forget, he didn't do this with his management, his label, I think even production team. Like he really took this and made it his own project under his name, obviously. But like, there's something very, very cool about that statement and proof that you can do it.
You and Nirvana, me in the rain, me and my worst and happy again. Already told you love, you must be breaking up. If you want me, you're the reason for this permanent feeling. There's a permanent place for you now. We've been waiting for too long. Tired of leaving, tired of lost, tired of lonely. Maybe I'm wrong. If you want me, you're the reason for this permanent feeling I found. You've been holding on too long. If you want me, have some faith. There's a permanent place for you now. We've been waiting for too long.
I'm just obsessed. I'm truly, I'm in my zone. This type of sound is like Kelsey coded. It really is. And it's like Rach just said, so pretty, so introspective. Like it really allows me to just kind of like shut everyone the fuck up in my brain, you know? And I love when music can really make me do that. And I'm not to say to zone out and not actively listen, like I'm actively listening, but like everything is quiet up there. That's when I know albums are going to be my favorites, is when I can really just let everything else go and really focus and pay attention to what I'm listening to. And I am in heaven to Rach, in heaven. 2 more songs for you guys, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll do a little highs and lows, and then we'll see you on Wednesday. We'll talk about all that. It's going to be fun.
I'm so happy now I'm free. You sure left a scar on me. But you could drag me till I come. And I still don't know where you're coming from. If you hadn't left that mark on me, I'd be halfway home and half asleep.
guys, this is such a mood. This is such a mood. Oh, and you know what? I actually really needed this today. I have just been a little, I don't know, sluggish today, and I really needed this album. It feels really nice in my body, in my head, and sometimes that's when music just thrives. I know I need it when I get life from this album. And I'm also obsessed, Patty. Like, I think you can join me and Rachel in our super secret music twin music club. It is very much our vibes. Yeah, like sent me into orbit, like zoning out, and I feel a little zen. Yes. Like we all did a huge meditation ceremony. I don't know what's happening. We have one more in our Zen guru's den, and then we'll wrap up.
If I risk it all and I say too much right now, would you just protect me a bit? Hard as a distraction. Am I real enough to be pushing up your love? Hiding in attraction and hiding in attraction.
Oof. That's the album, guys. And that ended so nicely. Also loved that song. Man, oh my God. Okay, concentrate, focus. We're zen, we're chill. Now, how do I rate that? Where do I put it? What are my thoughts? Let's see. Okay, some highs, all of it. Some lows, no lows. No, I really needed that album. I have been talking about that specific sound since Dijon kind of came on the scene a while back, and I've just been needing that more and more. I don't know if it's like a stoner thing. I don't know if it's just like it really calms me down, and I really like the sounds in it because it adds so many layers, so I like hear things differently each time. I'm not quite sure, but that is the sound I have been craving for like a year now. That filled a little hole in my heart that I really needed, and it's gonna be a special album for me. I can already tell. I'm gonna revisit it, absolutely. And listening to it too, I think it is there's something to be said about you need to put headphones on for that album. I am a true believer that some albums cannot be listened to just like out in the air. Like it needs to be in headphones. And that's one of those albums because of the layering, because of all his vocal effects. It really does make a difference when you're sitting here focused, listening to it versus like just throwing it on. Because I understand some of the reviews now, people are saying, oh, well, it's kind of boring. It's kind of nothing. Yeah, if you casually listen to it. If you're sitting here listening to it like we just did, there is something special about this album. And I really love the direction Twin Shadow went with this project. This is very much his personal life kind of just out there. And the way he did it, the way there's so much emotion packed behind every sound, every instrument choice, everything felt so intentional and yet flowed so well. There was nothing abrupt. There was no crazy shifts that we've been seeing in some of these albums. Like we did Lady Gaga last week and there was a clear side A and a clear side B of that album. This one was just the album in and of itself, perfect. I don't do half ratings, but give me some more time and I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5. Right now, I would say 4 just because I do want to see how the songs live in my brain and feel it out and everything like that. But you're going to see this album on my top list of, what are we in, March? For sure. And sometimes it's okay to do albums like that. Sometimes we change ratings all the time when we go back and re-listen. Sometimes you're in a mood and an album just hits, but that album doesn't hit later on, you know? So, but truly, I think everyone should listen to this album. And again, I love doing these smaller album reviews because I think it's important that even when, you know, these huge, very popular top 40 type of albums comes out, there's still a lot of good music that doesn't get reviewed, doesn't get talked about on YouTube, doesn't get the promotion it kind of deserves. And this is one of those albums I've seen not a lot of reviews on. So if you liked it, go tell your friends, go tell the internet, go tell a stranger, I don't know, but just really make sure that you're being intentional with your album listening and supporting the artists that you want to support. It's really fun. So if you want some more music recommendations, come on back, come hang out with me. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to Twin Shadow and hopefully discovering something new. I had a great time. I love you guys so much. You have been wonderful. You've given me life, energy, peace, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you on Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye.